Hello, everyone. My name is Wais Asmal. Welcome to another episode of Tooways to Skin a Cat, a show where we talk career experiences, entrepreneurship, and investments. The main aim is to show that there's more than one way to be successful other than just climbing the corporate ladder. We are live on LinkedIn and YouTube, and the show will be available on podcast by tomorrow. For those who are listening on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify, please leave a rating for the podcast. It helps with the show. If you're joining us live, drop a one in the comments so that we know we're not talking to ourselves, and drop a two in the comments if you're watching the recording. My guest for this week is Leanne Mudzamba. She's currently in her first year of SAICA training contract, currently being completed in London in the United Kingdom. Leanne, thanks so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for allowing me to be here. Yeah.
So you were the first person, one of the first few people that I heard is doing the articles in London, or the SAICA articles. So I thought I have to reach out. So tell me your story. Where do you come from? And even outside of work, who is Leanne Mudzamba? Give us that backstory.
Oh, okay. Now that's a great question. So I'm originally from Zimbabwe. Born and raised. I spent my early years in Botswana, but like I don't remember some of the stuff. And I did both my high school in Zimbabwe. And I went to like a mission school, an all girls high school. And okay, apparently our school mission was what men can do, women can do better. It was a girls high school. Yeah, and for my university, then I moved to Fort Hare University. I think basically it was because like our presidents, like the former president Robert Gabriel Mugabe, went there, so I was kind of excited to move to like East London, South Africa for university. Yeah, and I did my BCom accounting there. I actually started with BCom economics. And in my second year, I was like, no, accounting feels a bit more natural. Then I moved to like BCom accounting, and they allowed me to just carry all my credits. And I did my BCom third year there. I did my postgrad there, and that's when I saw like the UK opportunity. Then I applied, and here I am.
So spent some time in Botswana. You were born in Zimbabwe. You did your student years at Fort Hare. So you're basically a child of the SADC region.
Definitely,
And,
definitely.
and then you decided that's not big enough. I'm going to go to the other side of the world.
No, it's just this thing like my dad always says like one cannot live beyond their like experience. So I was like, I think I need to grow as a person. Like you said, with and outside work. That I think I also don't know. I'm yet to find out.
But okay, so you've been a few months in London. What do you do on the weekends?
On the weekend, basically just traveling and seeing places. But usually I'm tired after work, so sleeping is also a good thing to do. Yeah.
And what else do you do for fun?
What else did I? Sorry, I missed that.
No, I'm just saying. So what kind of person are you outside of work? Basically, is the question that I'm asking.
Outside of work, I'd like to say I'm like the same person. Really?
Makes sense.
Because
Makes sense.
it's just been a month, yeah, and I haven't also established like what I like, what I don't like. It has been school since day one for me. Like you go to high school, uni. I never took a gap year or anything. So I think I'm excited for this journey because besides work, it's also like a matter of finding myself, what I like, who I am, what I value. Yeah.
Okay, no, makes sense. You've still got a lot of time to figure that out. But
Yeah.
now, the most important question that everybody wants to know is, how did you get the job in the United Kingdom? Or I'm assuming you're in London. Uh, what did you do? Did you do anything different to what the normal people do to apply when they go to articles at the big four firms in South Africa, in Cape Town, in Joburg, in Durban? What did you do? Tell us the story.
Okay, it definitely is. It's really not something big what I did. I've always like. I think one of the most important thing I would say is most opportunities are like with other people. So you need to reach out, or maybe not really reach out. You just need to express yourself. Because my story, it goes like I was doing my third year. And being Zimbabwean, it's a bit difficult to get articles in South Africa because of the permanent residence, right? So I just said, we were sitting on a table, and I just said to it was my colleagues and one of my text lecturers. I was like, if I get an opportunity, I would really love to do my articles outside South Africa. Basically, that's what I said, and that was my plan. That was third year. And during like the New Year's Eve, like he actually saw like a post, like a picture that says I qualify as a CA in the UK, and he gave it to me. And then I looked at the picture. I went like on the website, like tracing who posted the picture, and the guy was actually like on LinkedIn. And I texted him, and he's like, "No, just go on the company's website and apply." So I went on like Deloitte UK and I applied for my SAICA articles. I had like a bunch of tests before the interview. Then I did the interview and I got the offer. So I think it was really something that I was just not really expecting. But when you get it, then you keep going.
And for the audience, I mean that you think that sounds so simple, but you have to take the opportunities. And if you do a little bit of digging on Leanne's LinkedIn profile and you scroll down to her comments, you'll actually see the post where she reaches out to the person from Deloitte in the UK. So whatever she's saying is true because I did the digging myself and I saw it myself. So she's not lying.
Yeah. And so no, nothing, no rocket science or anything. I think the most important thing is just knowing like every opportunity it lies with another individual. Because if it wasn't like for that picture and me going on LinkedIn and following through, I wouldn't even know there was there was like something like this. Yes.
So clearly, you have to put in some work, and I'm sure there's a little bit of luck involved, but you have to apply. You miss all the chances you don't take. Now, tell me a little bit. Okay, I mean, you're in London, so you could be working on. I don't know. Are they big teams? Are they small teams? How big is your team? And are you the only person from the SADC region there, or are there others also completing their training contract?
No, so we actually a lot here. So it seems like this opportunity was going on for a while. So there are a lot of South Africans even in the office. And on my intake, I think we are about like 50 something who came from South Africa and different universities. I'm
Five
just
zero.
like, yeah, I think 50.
Wow. Wow.
I'm
Okay.
just the only one from my university. But there are actually other like psycho trainees like in the office. So, yeah.
I did not know it was that big because that's basically. I mean, that's the size of a smaller company, not a small like a big four company in a smaller city. So I mean, that's a lot of people coming from South Africa in one year. Okay, I had no idea. Um, what was it like? Because I mean, okay, you've been lucky in that, or you've been experienced in that. You've lived in a few different countries, but what was it like moving to another country? Did you have anyone assist you?
Well, it was really difficult. Yeah, I did move from Zimbabwe to South Africa, but I had like relatives like in South Africa all over the place. So it really didn't feel a bit so foreign. So I think for me it was something scary, like to really like go through. It was like really scary coming this side and just knowing like it's a whole new place. It's a first world country, and it's also a big company. And just beyond like you getting accepted, of course, like when you settle here, you also want to try and do a good job. You want to try and like prove yourself that you know what you actually did a good job hiring me. So it's just like those pressures. Like for me personally, as an individual coming through. But yeah, there's this cartoon that I like, and it always says like, I know new situations can be intimidating. Like you look around, it's scary and different, which is scary and different because we don't have chains. Oh, we don't have chains in Zim or South Africa as public transport. So like everything is scary and different. But like meeting them head on is like what we have to do to grow as people. So I was just like, I'll take it one step at a time and settle here, find accommodation later, like learn the work. It's still so confusing because it's all theory wise. I really don't know how to apply the theory, but like I think just not being too hard on myself, taking bit by bit, then I think I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
So learning, I'm sure you will be fine.
Yeah.
Moving to another, did you have anyone assist you? Or did the company give you like a pack, or this is how you travel, or did you just figure it out for yourself? Like, hey, I'm moving to London, I
No,
need to do the research.
no. We actually got assisted. So we had actually people who are already that side who were allocated to us so that they can help us navigate everything. So it wasn't really that scary that you have to do it alone. Even my flatmate is a fellow like SAICA intake at Deloitte. So
Okay. For the audience, we'll be responding to questions towards the end. So please add your questions to the comment section now so that we don't miss them.
okay.
So you've been working for 4 months, not too long yet. Have you been able to travel? Are you planning to travel, or what's the plan?
Okay, so not really 4 months. I just came here mid-March, so like a
Okay.
month. I haven't yet had the opportunity to travel, but I am planning to travel. I think there are a couple of countries like my visa can take me to. But yeah, I think I just need to be able to be sure if I can actually afford doing that or not. And also exploring London. Like I said, I want to take it easy. Like I want to enjoy the process, but I also don't want to like just let go of my responsibilities. So now I think I just need to settle and be a bit more comfortable with work. Then after that, we can have all the traveling and everything.
And what's the living situation like? Are you staying on your own? Are you staying with other trainees? Did you again? Did somebody help you at the company, or one of the other trainees, or did you have to figure it out for yourself?
Oh no, so they told us like when you're basically applying, if you want to find a place to live, you need to go through the website. I think same process that happens in South Africa. And I do have a flatmate because rent is really expensive. So yeah, I live in a 2-bedroom flat and like I do have a flatmate.
So, someone, it sounds like, I mean, you're not on your own. If somebody wants to apply, for example, for next year, there's somebody that can assist them. They're not lost. They don't have to figure it out for themselves, and they won't be on this journey on their own, even if they're moving somewhere. Is that my
Yeah,
understanding correct?
yeah, it is. But also like there's a bit of like rules that change with the visa, like for the UK. So yeah, I think they should have to check with that first. Yeah.
And where do they do that checking if they want to look at that?
I think it's just like on the UK website. I think there are particular things that they added that were effective from summer. Yeah, I think from April 15th, if I'm not mistaken. It's going
Okay.
to be created there. Yeah.
And I know it's early days, like you said, you've only moved in March. It's been 2 months. Um, and you told us why that you were thinking of what's the long-term plan? What do you want to do after articles? Are you thinking of staying in the UK? Are you thinking of coming back to South Africa? What's your feel?
Okay, I'm not really sure yet. Like I said, it's a matter of also finding myself. So as it is, I love London. And I don't
That's a
have a
contrast.
permanent residence in South Africa, but but I think it's something that will come through like as time goes on. And as for my long-term plan whilst I'm here, I think I just have this vision that is just like at the back of my head, still like not yet processed, like checking the feasibility of it. But what I intend to do, maybe starting next year, or maybe we should have another call in December to check on the progress.
Okay.
Okay, so what really recently happened to me, I didn't pass my ITC exam in January. So yeah, that's the first time I've actually failed anything like in my life before. Yeah, like I said, it's always been school, like always on time. So when I did that, like you kind of take a step back, and with all the people that you have interactions with, I feel like when like if someone said I failed, the quickest response you give to someone is like delay is not denial, but if it is you, it's really not easy accepting like delay is not you know it, but it doesn't make sense. So I feel like I kind of, when I moved, I kind of like hit a bit of, okay, this is like how I thought, like you hit rock bottom and then you just be like, what am I gonna do now? Because I actually don't know how to navigate failure. But I'm not saying I have navigated it. I'm in the process of navigating and trying my best to, yeah, trying my best to do this work studying situation and writing my board exam. At least I can write it here in London. There's like a sitting under SAICA for that. But like due to that process and that shock, I I reflected and also was like, I think I would like to develop like something like maybe a website where like it's like a community with people who have like had different journeys. Like mine, of course, I think I'm the best person who can tell you how to navigate with failure because it just hit and you try getting up as big as you can. Yeah. So I feel like the long term plan is just like creating a website, and the main purpose of that website is like fostering hope and creating like an empathetic community where like there'll be like maybe someone, a consultant like me, was willing to hear you out. So you just have to come and talk to me. I have to listen to you. Of course, I'm not a therapist, so I can't tell you the things, but like I can listen to you. I can like motivate you. I can help you like find yourself, find like what type of things motivates you, because sometimes the reason why you're doing something, like it motivates you. So I just want to, like, after I figure out my situation first, definitely going back to that door and like taking as many people as I can with me, like help you navigate the whole process of failure, the hardship, not the suffering, the hardship.
I love that. I love that plan. My final question, and I'm not 100% sure, so I could be wrong, but I'm assuming you're one of the first few people from the University of Fort Hare who are doing your articles in the UK. What message do you have for the students doing the chartered accounting stream at Fort Hare in your current position?
Me, I'd say go for it. Try your best. You, of course, you're gonna fail so many times. I remember my third year, before the final paper, I actually had like a 20% in accounting, and few people actually believe this, but it's true. It actually like was 20% written in red, like lots of potential. So I want to say to the people 40, like if you definitely like fail, just get up. You never know, because I actually got up from that 20 and paused, and I have never eaten a stop before, even at 40 years. So just fall back, accept what you're feeling, but quickly get up and get it done. Yeah.
I think that is a great way to end. The show has been live on YouTube and should be available on podcast by tomorrow. If you're watching on YouTube or listening on the podcast and you feel that it's added value, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on that notification bell to get automatically notified when the next episode comes out. Leanne, thank you
Yeah.
so much for sharing your story with us.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Yeah.
I'm glad. Thanks everyone for joining us for another episode of Two Ways to Skin a Cat. Goodbye.